If you out here, if you want to have your phone down, the streets are calling your name. Go ahead and let them call you. I don't need to call you. Okay? You ain't for me. If we don't have open communication, if we don't have open access to each other, then what are we doing?
It seems random, but I got purpose. Things coming together so beautifully. One day, it'll all make sense. Just you wait and see. Take this journey with me. Purposely random, purposely random, purposely random, purposely random.
What's up? What's up? I said, it's your girl. What's up? What's up? Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Annalise, and this is the podcast, Purposely Random, a podcast by Annalise. Let's get into it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Finding my own voice. It took a minute, it took so long, but now that I have it, I ain't gonna be silent no more. Yeah, finding my own voice. It took a long time, it was a hard time, but now that I can speak for myself, you can't silence me now. Now. What's up, you guys? I don't know why I was so aggressive right there, but what's up? It's me. It has been a long week. I'm taking a little break from the mental health series just because I needed to check in with my own mental health and I need to vent about some things and talk to y'all about some real true tea that's happening with me. Ow. All right. So, from the theme song, you guys know that this is going to be about your own voice, finding your own voice and speaking up for yourself and like not letting people just walk all over you, especially y'all. This thing called employment that I'm very happy and blessed to have at this time is driving me crazy as far as not fulfilling the business agreement that we had. Um, so let's get into the judge. So I've been at this job about almost a year now. I started off as a temp. Um, I got to get all the way into the backstory. So 5 years I was at my previous job. Got laid off because they got sold to another company. They got acquired by another company. So I was laid off, looking for a new job. I was like, man, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Wasn't finding anything. It was about a month. I wasn't finding anything. I said, "The Lord, what do you want me to do?" He's like, "Go to a temp agency." So I went to a temp agency. They were talking to me about jobs, and I was like, I really don't want to do that. That doesn't really sound like my thing. They're like, just try it out and let us know. We'll set up an interview for you. So while I'm preparing for the interview, I find out that this job has a training position. I'm like, oh my God, I have training experience. I love training. Um, this would be amazing for me. I'm just going to step out of faith and I'm going to apply. So I applied for the job, didn't think I'm nothing of it. Go in for my group interview through the temp agency, and I was like, yo, this ain't it. I don't like the vibe. It doesn't feel like it. And they're like, just let them give you an offer and we'll take it from there. I was like, okay. While I give them this feedback, I get a call for an interview for the training position. And I was like, look at Jesus. Yes, Lord. So I get the interview. I get the offer before I actually go on the interview for the training position for the group interview. And I was like, can I let you know? Because I kind of want to see how this other thing plays out. So go to the interview for the training position and I get it right on the spot. But I told her, I was like, yo, I did apply for the other jobs at the temp agency, and that's where stuff went wrong. So they're like, oh, because you got the job at the temp agency, we don't want to burn any bridges, so you have to like work this. But you're a trainer, you're still training, but we just have to hire you on as a temp, kind of a formality before we can switch you over completely to like full time or whatever. I was like, all right, that's cool. I'll do my little time. I did end up getting hired early because I'm amazing. But before I got hired on early, I was in two different worlds, and my supervisors, I had two supervisors. I just thought I had one, but turned out that I had two this whole time. But the one wasn't even doing nothing. The second one wasn't doing anything. And I was like, oh, so y'all both was just not helping me at all. Um, so whole time I'm only getting allotted 3 hours to do training activities, and the rest of it's processing. So I work at a rebate processing center. I don't want to get into everything about my life, but just so you guys have some reference. So I was a processor, and I was also a trainer. I was supposed to be a trainer that was just helping out with the processing until I can move forward, but that didn't end up happening. Um, so for months, just getting the runaround about when I'm going to move into training more so. My hands are tied. Da 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 da. So, uh, even within that, I kept speaking up. I'm like, listen, this is what you guys told me that was going to happen. So when is it going to happen? I'm going to be patient, but when is it going to happen? I need an action plan. You told me this is my dreams, this is my goals. You told me, so let's make it happen. So, uh, the last time that I really spoke up, because I started noticing that they were like kind of going around me to do some training stuff, and I was like, kind of seems like you guys don't want me to be the trainer anymore. So can we talk about this? My supervisor ignored me. I was like, that's not a good sign, but I was like, it's okay. So then I was like, hey, I reached out to you about a week ago. Haven't heard anything back. And I should have just left it alone. Because then here comes my supervisor um, setting up a meeting with me, this other supervisor that was supposed to be my supervisor the whole time. I told you, I was like, oh, I didn't really know that. And then my other supervisor. And so what ended up happening is I got sat down from the training team because their budget was not there to have a program specific trainer. And I was accused of being unapproachable. And it was a big slight to me, to my ego, to my heart, because I tried very hard to make this work, and I was very patient with them, and it still hurts. That's why I had to pause, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'm processing it all over again. Um so uh my biggest thing too, I was like, I said it to them, I was like, why am I just hearing now that I'm unapproachable? This never has been brought to my attention, and if it was, why didn't I get the opportunity to correct myself or any coaching or training on how to better be approachable? And the only time that I could think of me not being approachable is when I'm in the middle of a phone call or I'm in my phoning time. So I can't help anybody because I'm helping a customer. Um, and what was crazy is like the only person that showed me sympathy was not my current supervisor, was not my past supervisor, but was a third party, the supervisor. And when I tell y'all I cried, like I cried an ugly cry where I had my makeup done. I was slayed to the gods, honey. Um, just smeared. I had to leave. I had to leave for the day. I even ended up calling off like uh the middle of the next week just because I was so hurt by that. But what ended up happening by me speaking up, even though it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go, I still was able to get them to be accountable and to give me what I wanted, was just like direction. I'm like, listen, I'll do what you want me to do, but you need to give me direction. What do you want me to do? Don't give me the runaround. Give me exact task. So they ended up, I talked to HR because I went to HR. I said, this don't seem right to me. Um, I get it. The funding's not there, but for them to just sit me down, it just, without any conversations or without anything, it just doesn't seem right. And I talked to HR, and then shoot, within a week, they had a job description for me laid out with the tasks that I'm supposed to be doing. And it talked about moving into like a secondary, like assistant manager type of thing. Because I'm a senior specialist, which is like supposed to be like an expert on the program that I'm running, that I'm on. And so fast forward, so that happened at the end of January. So fast forward to now, COVID hits. Everyone's working from home. Um, my supervisor starts giving me more tasks, but not more power. And I left a lot of things out that we can get into another time, but really I'm like, I need support and I need to be trusted. I need trust, I need support, and I need power. Why do I need power? Because I'm intelligent. Shoot, I am too hardworking. I'm too great at self managing and problem solving to just be on the bench. Like, y'all need to put me in, coach. Let me be the power forward. I don't know a lot about basketball. I don't know anything about this. But let me be the star player. Let me help y'all. Cause listen, I went to these meetings and they just be sitting there on their laptops. I'm like, y'all ain't even getting nothing done. Y'all just sitting here half focused. There's no real action items. Like it's just what is happening? I love a meeting. I've been missing meetings because I used to facilitate a lot of meetings at church back when the world was open. And shoot, we was getting stuff done. We had action items. We had plans. We were having deep conversations. And when I go to this work thing where they get paid, and I'm like, baby, what are y'all doing? Y'all just sitting here having meetings just to have a meeting. Y'all ain't having a meeting to do nothing but moving forward. So, so okay, skip forward. So, get the new supervisor. She's more supportive, but she's just giving me more tasks, and like this ain't got nothing to do with learning how to manage. And that was my compromise. You took me out the training team, but in my job description they put training back on there. Um, to then you want me to, you don't want to do the management stuff, and I'm like, that was my compromise. And if y'all can't do that, I can go somewhere else, and it's just business. And maybe y'all don't want me, y'all don't need me, but I would rather have somebody that I know I could trust, that wants to have power, that wants not power to throw it over anybody's head, but wants to create a better morale for the team than to have just Joe Smo. But it's up to them, whatever they want to do. But anyway, so I've been talking to my supervisor about this. She's like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm like, I don't need my hands are tied situation anymore. So I went to her supervisor, and that's the person that showed me compassion at that meeting, and talked to him about everything I said to y'all about how I'm still hurt about the situation, how this is a compromise. And honestly, if you're not going to teach me the skill set that I need, what are we doing? I can make money anywhere, but I'm trying to help this company. I'm trying to be an asset to this company because I've already worked too hard here, and I've worked too hard to go somewhere else. So he was really receptive though of like what I was saying, and he was like, Angela, you know what, you need a plan that has tangible actual steps to get to these goals, because you have goals. What I'm saying? Like you're doing things, you want things, and I see it in you. We trust you. So what I did this week, I've been having meetings upon meetings. Like, we have this new system that we're rolling out. There's a lot of errors with it. So I'm like, yo, let's fix this to make it easier in the long run for other people. I'm doing the work. Why do these companies just sitting here with these offices with all these managers, but they never talk to the people actually doing the work? I'm not trying to make an excuse as a worker. I'm just like, let's make stuff user friendly. Let's make it efficient. This is what I need from you. This is what you need from me. Let's make the morale high. And I told my supervisor, listen, right now the morale is low. Life has us down. Let's figure out how to open up dialogue so that way we can have conversations and get on the same footing and just really be a team. Um, so I'm excited. I'm excited about this opportunity. He said that he's going to actually do something. And that all happened because I have found my voice. I have found the right way to hold myself accountable, but also be like, hey, 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 I'm gonna be patient with you. But you said, but right here, section B 3639, you said. So how are we gonna get on the same page here? Um, this is kind of a random update one that I really hope you guys like. I challenge you to find your voice, find your values, talk about those things, and manifest those in your life. It's time to live life to the fullest. Even right now, it's time. So let's talk about some red flags. Red flags, red flags. Ooh, watch out. They're gonna get you. The red flag this week is somebody having their phone always faced down. Why you got your phone face down? Who are you talking to? If you're supposed to be mine, why you got your phone face down? You think I'm gonna get jealous? Why are you trying to make me jealous? You might not be trying to make me jealous, but why don't we have this open dialogue about who you're talking to? You can ask me. My joint be turned up like this. You can see the whole face. Listen, I ain't got time for the phone being upside down. If you out here, if you want to have your phone down, the streets are calling your name. Go ahead and let them call you. I don't need to call you. Okay? You ain't for me. If we don't have open communication, if we don't have open access to each other, then what are we doing? What are we doing? And what is you doing and who you gonna do it with? Because it ain't gonna be me. All right, y'all. It's been all the way real. So as always, be real, be you, do what you came here to do, and be the light that you want to see. Peace.